To left field, way up in the air. To the hop pen it goes. Out of here.
I could get rolling on that, but I'm going to leave that one alone.
He struck him out swinging. Wow. High fastball. Gabe Wood strikes out the side in order.
This is Hog Reaction. ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and the Hit That Line Now app is live at the 2025 Fayetteville Regional this weekend.
At that time of year.
Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, helping you make sure you get the right coverage at the right price. Arvest Bank. Since 1961, Arvest Bank has been committed to its local communities. Arvest is ready to help. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Get game day ready at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Regional tees, jerseys, and bases loaded hats. 989 Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium.
Go crazy at Baum-Walker! Go nuts!
It's an electric environment, and it's so fun to play in. If I was a player, I would love to be a part of it.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Don't forget about Hog Reaction after every Arkansas postseason baseball game.
Now, that's more like the offense that a lot of us expected from this baseball team. Arkansas dominates Creighton tonight. 12-1 the final in Baum-Walker Stadium as the Razorbacks advance to the regional final tomorrow night, either against the Creighton Blue Jays or the North Dakota State Bison. For those that didn't see the score, didn't watch it earlier today, Kansas loses to North Dakota State and are heading back to Lawrence. Probably already back in Lawrence, to be honest. And so you'll take on the team you just beat pretty handily today or North Dakota State, who you handed a 6-2 loss on Friday. Hey, welcome in. It's Hog Reaction here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Hog Reaction, of course, presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Arvest Bank, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Big C, myself, we're going to hear from Dave Van Horn, a few other players like Zach Root, some of the Creighton guys, and as well just the impact that Arkansas had on them tonight. Christian Vihivo-Loy hits 2 out. Ryder Helfrich hits 2 out. And a lot of offense from this Arkansas baseball team in game number 2.
Yeah, I knew that the offense would probably wake up a little bit more today, and that's exactly what happened. Zach Root set the tone. He came out and pitched well. I don't think he had his best stuff, but I mean, you see even when he's not at his best, how good he is. And the offense, got the thing is they scored early. A couple of chances to break it open early, didn't do it. And then, Aloy gets that home run, and you could just kind of feel the kind of nervous, whatever nervous tension there was, kind of leave. When you got a 4-run lead, you feel okay about it, but you'd like to see it grow, that lead grow a little bit. And then he got that home run, and it just kind of was smooth sailing after that.
Yeah, a lot of guys ended up with double-digit hits tonight. Vihivo-Loy, Logan Maxwell, Ryder Helfrich, and Camden Koziel all ended up with multiple hits. The Lewis Automotive Group hotline is wide open, 877-377-6963. I think a lot of people's confidence level has been changed heading into tomorrow night. Let's take our first phone call of the night. Big C, who we got?
Smith and Waldron.
Smith, go ahead, man. You're on Hog Reaction.
Is this Ty?
What's up, Smith?
Ty, how you doing?
Good, man.
Well, I'm here in Waldron enjoying BK has this new Dragon Flame grilled Whopper based on the new How to Train Your Dragon movie. I'm enjoying myself a nice, big, juicy grilled Whopper. And I watched the Hogs today, and it was a good game. But I just when am I going to see Kevin Kopps come out of the pen? Because I know with that Giro ball how good it is. But it's been 7 years since I've seen him pitch, and I just don't. When can I? Because I want to see it. When can I plan on seeing the Kopps come out
for Arkansas?
Yes, for the Hogs.
You don't see many Kevin Kopps. There's not many of those coming.
No, Kevin Kopps. I know he's there. He sleeps in the bullpen. He lives. He has a little cot back there.
He never left.
He's a legend.
When is he coming out of the pen? I need to tell my 12 grandchildren when I can expect to see it.
Man, how many kids do you have? You have 12 grandchildren.
Well, that's for me to know, and then I'm going to keep that to myself.
Well, I don't know where. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what minor league team Kevin is on. I'm going to guess at some point in time he's going to come back to Fayetteville and hopefully some pitch. But you enjoy that Whopper tonight and enjoy the rest of your night in Waldron.
Oh, I can bring you one if you like me to. It's just 47 minutes east. Would you like it?
I would love a Whopper, honestly. I ate at like 5, so it's 11 o'clock. We got a little later Hog reaction. I'm just happy the game got moved up a little bit. Appreciate go ahead. Appreciate the call.
I wonder if they're going to do that again, for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I would hope so. As an Arkansas fan, I don't know any of you listening, unless you work till 7 or 8 o'clock that want that game at 8. I think 99% of you want the game moved up an hour. I kept looking. I didn't see anything. Maybe I just missed it on why they ended up doing that. Either way, I think Arkansas fans benefited. Of course, me and Big C benefited because we'll leave here around 12-something rather than 1-something.
I wonder if Dave Van Horn said, hey, let's move the game.
Hopefully he has that exact same thought process in this game tomorrow. Again, Creighton or North Dakota State. Who do you think Arkansas is going to play tomorrow night after seeing both teams? We'll get to that question. We've got Dave Van Horn stuff to get to. Heck, the NBA Finals is set now with the Indiana Pacers winning game number 6. So a few other things, plus some other college baseball scores to get to. It's all on Hog Reaction coming up here on ESPN Arkansas. Stay with us. Big C, Ty Richardson. We continue on next.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me. So
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
That's what sets us apart. Crabtree RV Center, founded in 1950 by E.J. and Allen Crabtree, family owned and operated, serving Arkansas for 74 years.
I've been working full-time here at Crabtree RV since 1996 after graduating from the University of Arkansas, where I'm proud to carry on my grandparents' legacy.
I know if Mom and Dad could see Crabtree RVs today, they would be so proud.
Crabtree RV Center in Alma, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Summer is finally here. Come check out Kofer's Boat Center's huge selection of boats with extra rebates for a limited time. Kofer's features low pontoons and fishing boats, Malibu and Axis wake surf boats, Caymas bass boats, and Kofer's has recently added the luxury line of Harris pontoons. Kofer's experienced professionals will answer all of your boating questions, and their award-winning customer service is second to none. Plus, they have the best boat storage option in town. Find them online at Kofer's.com. That's COPHERS.com. Kofer's Boat Center, providing family fun since 1971. The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years. Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters, Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith now has meal deals starting at $9.99, which includes an entree, side, and fountain drink. Try their delicious 6-ounce sirloin served with seasoned fries for $15.99. The Bacon Ranch Chicken Sandwich with seasoned fries, $11.99. Chicken Caesar Salad for $10.99 and more. Their meal deals also include tasty chicken fettuccine Alfredo served with garlic breadsticks for $12.99 and a cheeseburger with seasoned fries for only $9.99. TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith.
At Arvest Bank, we believe in supporting growing communities. That's why we're committed to putting home ownership within reach. Whether it's your first home, a fixer-upper, or your forever home, we have a variety of loan options to help make your dream home a reality. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe. Equal housing lender.
It's almost summertime. That means barbecues, graduations, weddings, and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Twisted ankle, sore shoulder? Ozark Orthopedics has you covered whenever and wherever you need orthopedic care. Stop by Orthopedic Urgent Cares in Bentonville and Fayetteville. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday with no appointment needed. Or download the Hertz app, a free tool that immediately connects you with an orthopedic injury expert 24/7, 365. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit ozark-ortho.com for more info and get back to the activities you love.
For 38 years, Mansfield Automotive Park City Auto Parts has been trusted as your one-stop for all your vehicle's needs. Keep draining your battery? Get a great deal on a Superstart battery and any of the products you need for the do-it-yourself upkeep of your car or truck. When you need work done, Mansfield Automotive Park City Auto Parts does everything from oil changes, brakes, alignments, diagnostic work, air conditioning, and more. That's Mansfield Automotive Park City Auto Parts in downtown Mansfield, open from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday until 1 o'clock on Saturdays.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
0-1 to Federico. Grounded right at first base. Played up on the grass by Robinette. Does a pirouette. Throws a strike to second. Aloy's return and Gackle's there. Rack him up. Perfect. 3-6-1 double play.
This is Hog Reaction.
We played a complete game. Zach pitched great. We played good defense and obviously got some timely hits, hit some home runs. They put us on base a few times. They walked us probably 10, 12 times. Some of them were in the middle of the game when we, had things under control a little bit. But really it was because, we pitched extremely well.
That's Dave Van Horn after the game. Again, complimenting his Arkansas baseball team as they earn a 12-1 victory over the Blue Jays tonight. Back to the phone lines. Big C, who we got on line one?
We got Tyler in Lavaca.
Tyler, you're on Hog Reaction, man. What do you got for us tonight?
Hey, Ty. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not bad. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Happy to have you.
Yep, I just wanted to shift the table just a hair a little bit right here. I know we got Zach Rue with seven Ks in 6 innings tonight, but I just want to talk about young Angel Cano out of Little Rock tonight from Columbia, and I don't think he should be unnoticed either. He had 7 RBIs tonight against the Rhode Island Rams tonight.
Yeah. What are they? Those 20?
Like 22 to 10.
22-10.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge, Tiger Bay.
I hope they can at least beat LSU once, right? Come on.
One's all we need. That's all we need from Angel Cano out of Columbia.
That would be nice. I think a lot of Arkansas fans that don't necessarily traditionally follow Little Rock baseball would be super, super excited if they were able to get a victory against LSU.
There's plenty of room on the bus. Get on now. It ain't stopping.
Hop on, baby. Hop on.
Yep. Thanks, Ty.
Appreciate it, Tyler. Again, 877-377-6963. That is our number here.
You see Texas is in trouble right now.
What score in the
So UTSA is up 8-7. It's in the bottom of the 8th.
Come on, Roadrunners.
Texas has a runner on, no outs, but not looking great for the Longhorns there.
Well, let's hope the Roadrunners let's hope they get it done in that game and continue on in that. All right, let's see. Rid texting in, just saying this one belongs to the Razorbacks. Of course, Phil Elson's iconic saying after an Arkansas win. Always nice to hear that following a game, and this game was never really in doubt. Probably after like the third or fourth inning, you just felt like Arkansas controlled it for the majority of that game. Again, Creighton only managed. How about Zach Root tonight? Let's talk about Zach for a second.
Yeah.
So Zach comes into this game having two of his lesser performances. Let's say 1.5. Like, I'm not even going to count the game in Hoover against Ole Miss. And ends up, again, pitching a phenomenal outing. 6 innings, only 3 hits he gave up, 7 strikeouts, and he was less than 100 pitches. So he didn't get his pitch count up. You pitched Bybee, you pitched Eves, you pitched Colin Fisher, a lot of which were used as midweek throughout the year. And I'm not trying to demean any of those guys. But what I'm saying is that your traditional relievers and you still have some of those guys in the bullpen that you can utilize tomorrow. And if worse comes to worse, that you could use on Monday as well. Gage Wood, there was a quick answer from Dave Van Horn after the game. Gage Wood is going to be the starter tomorrow night. But there are a lot of available options for Arkansas and guys that you could probably reuse again as well. But what a performance from Zach Root, Christian.
Yeah, and somebody texted in, I totally disagree about Zach Root not having his. It's not. I said it wasn't his best stuff. There was a couple times where he had trouble landing the I guess the drop ball. It wasn't. He couldn't control it where he wanted to. But he didn't have to tonight. He was dotting it up everywhere else. He made some great pitches tonight, and that's as good as I could have hoped from Zach Root tonight. I mean, you're facing a pretty good offense, and he was able to stifle them. His performance tonight was great. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just looking a little bit further down the road. When he's got all his pitches working, he's one of the best pitchers. Any offense would have trouble with him. I just know down the road that we might face some better offenses, and that's the only thing I was pointing out there. But
so for Vahiva Aloy, who hits the 2 home runs,
what a barrage tonight!
Yeah,
it was home run city tonight.
They were that were awesome. I mean, you had Ryder knock 2 of them out. It was just really, this is a guy that's probably going to end up being a Golden Spikes finalist. Don't know if he's going to win the thing, but to get him back on track is very important for this baseball team. And I learned something. I was sitting next to a few friends of mine, and one of my roommates informed me, you know how the celebration he does? Like where he points down, like the one after he hits the home run.
I saw that.
Apparently, it's like a thing in Hawaii, like on like fishing. Like when it's like I got one, and he points like up at it, and he's like,
I wondered about that.
I got one. So he's doing that like after, and he had 2 of those. So of course he was hitting the home run celebration. Wasn't over the top or anything, but
you want to hear both of those?
Yeah, those were great calls.
There's a line drive left field deep. Back it goes to the wall. Into the bullpen. Out of here. Aloy with a 3-run homer. It's 7-0. 3-2 pitch. Aloy with another drive to left field. He got all of it. There it goes. Number 4. And the 4th home run of the game for the Razorbacks. The 2nd for Vahiva Aloy. His 20th of the year. Makes it 10-0.
And that, again, made his 20th of the year, so he's in a select group for the Arkansas Razorbacks all time in baseball. Outstanding stuff from Vahiva Aloy. But again, it wasn't just him. Multiple guys with 2 hits tonight. In Arkansas, while they didn't score in the first, they scored in the 2nd, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. So it wasn't like last night where the Razorbacks, now while they didn't allow as much, but no one scored after the 6th inning, and you only had a maximum of 2 runs in an inning in that game. Tonight, a little bit different. Arkansas was all over the place hitting the baseball, and as I opened the show with this morning, that is what you expected to see. That is the offensive display that you're accustomed to with this baseball team for the majority of the year. And even a guy like Reese Robinette, who didn't you look at his line tonight. He did get a hit, but the guy had 3 walks. 3 walks tonight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you get on base.
No.
You just got to get on base. That's what Reese did tonight. So he might. It was the last question in the press conference, and I didn't think it was worth clipping, but I think it is important to give him credit for him just getting on base multiple times today.
Robinette's seeing the ball well, and he's patient at the plate. And another guy that's patient at the plate and will wait for his pitch is Kojal. He set the tone again tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, led off. I guess it was the second inning with a home run, and when you about scoring first, just kind of takes a little bit of that pressure off. I don't know what it is, but this is how the scoring started tonight.
Kojal a swing, and he launches it deep to left field. Back it goes to the hog pen. Out of here. Number 15 for Kojal. The Hogs have the lead in the second inning.
Is that we really left 40 people on base? I don't know about that. Might be right, but
40 people. Where are you seeing that?
Someone texted in that he may be exaggerating that, but
they didn't leave 40 people on base tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Rick, I think Rick's just joking, but that is Rick was texting earlier here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline that encouraging to see what they were able to do. They brought it tonight, and you needed that. You didn't want to get close. You didn't want to get antsy. I mean, they set the tone, and even their coach, Creighton's coach, it's Cerveas, I think, was very complimentary, Christian, of them after the game. This is what he was talking about. Arkansas is just the hitting and the pitching that Creighton had to deal with from the Razorbacks.
Well, Arkansas played a heck of a game. Give them a lot of credit. They were good in all three phases. Their pitcher was outstanding. He threw a lot of pitches. He threw 3 pitches, quality pitches for strikes. Obviously, offensively, they were on point tonight. Drove the baseball, hit several home runs. And then defensively, they made the play. So give them all the credit. They certainly outplayed us tonight.
Creighton was red hot coming into the game tonight. Like, they had won 14 of their last 15 games or something like that, something crazy like that. This is a 42-15 team. I mean, not chopped liver tonight. So Zach Root, another great performance when we needed it. We're going to need something similar to that down the road. I can promise you. But man, what a weight off your shoulders winning the first 2 games, and now you're sitting pretty. I mean, you got to be beaten twice, and the way the pitching lines up for Arkansas now, you didn't really have to go deep in your pen tonight. Zach Root gave you 6, and I think you saved some of your better arms for tomorrow.
And you mentioned down the road, Tennessee beats Cincinnati. They're also in the regional final. Could be coming to Fayetteville next weekend. All right, we've got to hit another break. It's Hog Reaction presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Arvest Bank, the Stadium Shop on Razorback. More calls and texts to get to on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, and more from Dave Van Horn, Zach Root, next.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I mean, I got the best defense behind me. So
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
At Arvest Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of our communities. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want to help you thrive. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank. We believe.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Do you want to be home every weekend, use brand new equipment, and make a competitive salary? Then let me tell you about Lavorne Lumber. They're looking to fill a regional over-the-road position. So if this sounds like a great next job opportunity for you, call 479-646-4685. That's 646-4685. 515 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith and online at Lavorn, Lovvorn Lumber.com. Lavorn Lumber. Paying the bills, we'll take care of you.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Ty Richardson for Eastside Liquor, your number one stop for the Hogs Run to Omaha. Every watch party, every event, they can take care of you at Eastside Liquor. Need your favorite beer or seltzer for the Hog Pen? They've got it all at Eastside Liquor. Stop by and see Dave and his team at 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Did I mention it's lake season 2? Regardless of the lake that you spend your summer, the only place you gotta stop before is Eastside Liquor.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
0-1 to Federico. Grounded right at first base. Played up on the grass by Robinette. Does a pirouette. Throws a strike to second. The Loys return, and Gackle's there. Rack him up. Perfect. 3-6-1 double play.
This is Hog Reaction.
Duffalo hits a fly ball, slicing away from Maxwell towards right field, lunging after it, diving in, caught it! He caught it in fair territory. A great catch by Logan Maxwell to end the second inning.
That was one of the better fielding plays of the game, as Logan Maxwell made a great play close to the foul line in right field. Hey, it's back on Hog Reaction. Christian Johnson, Ty Richardson. It's brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback. We got a suggestion from Big Mike in Waldron. We just talked to a guy in Waldron. See if Big Mike, I know Big Mike likes to call in from time to time. You can do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Big Mike saying they need to DH Kendall Diggs. Kihio needs to sit and watch a few games. Big C, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, Kihio's not playing his best baseball right now. He's got a couple of hits in the regional. It's hard to take a bat like that out of the lineup because eventually he's going to connect, and he's just got so much power. I can understand if, I don't know. We know what Kihio's capable of doing. He's not in a huge slump or anything. He's just not hitting as well as some of the other guys right now, but I don't know that I would necessarily DH him right now.
Had a hit and a walk at 5 at-bats. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty good. I get there's these little things you want to nitpick and things that you want to say, well, hey, you might get away with it this weekend, but next weekend, that's when it really – and you know what? Sometimes you're right. Right? Like the Nebraska series in 2021 is kind of one of those examples where Arkansas was able to escape and move on to the Super Regional, and unfortunately against NC State, those mistakes and those areas of concern that you had were shown to be true and why you weren't able to advance to the College World Series. So I get there's a little give and take, but at the same time you won 12-1, right?
Yeah.
Like you won 12-1.
Everyone in the lineup is not going to hit most games. I mean, you get about 3-4 guys that are hitting. That's a lot of times enough. I mean, it really is baseball. That's how baseball is.
Give you some. We told you a little bit earlier about some games here in the SEC. LSU, they're going to beat Dallas Baptist, but UTSA again up on Texas right now, 8-7, which is encouraging.
There we go.
Tennessee won. They'll probably advance here next weekend. Florida won. Georgia lost. Kentucky won. Mississippi State lost to Florida State. Oklahoma was down big to North Carolina, and they fall 5-11. Southern Miss beats Alabama. It's an upset of sorts. Auburn beats Stetson. Louisville beats Vanderbilt in Nashville. How about that? And then Ole Miss defeats Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's good to see. Anytime. So
you had a few upsets tonight.
The number 1 overall seed in the tournament, when they lose, that's always a good thing. And then, who do you think can come out of the losers bracket and win their regional? I'm kind of leaning Florida.
Well, Vanderbilt is now having to deal with that.
I could see Vandy doing it, but man, I don't know.
Being in Nashville, Alabama's got to go through it. Oklahoma and Mississippi State have to go through it. Georgia has to go through it. So there's plenty of SEC teams, y'all. We just the SEC 13 teams in, best conference in baseball, trying to win another SEC title, but there's plenty of SEC teams that we just alluded to that are going to have to go through the losing side, and you're not one of them. Yes. You did your job. You smashed the team that a lot of people thought it was going to be a tie ball game. It wasn't. What's crazy is you didn't cover yesterday and you covered today. I don't think a lot of people would expect it. Man, if you had to choose, who do you think you cover against? Do you cover against North Dakota State or do you cover against Creighton? Well, they covered pretty handily against Creighton today.
And I think a lot of that is who you faced yesterday. You faced a pretty good pitcher, and 6 runs. I believe we were talking about that before the game, or I think Matt Jones said it. If will 6 runs be enough? And yes, it was. 4 runs would have been enough, but that's all they got was 6 runs. But hey, Jimenez came out and pitched well, and I think there was a little bit of nervousness, kind of like with Jimenez getting his first start. Wasn't that his first ever start?
Second. He started in the Tennessee series, but
right.
It was there wasn't a lot of action that he got in as a starter. So it felt like it in postseason we know was different just from Dave Van Horn talking about it. We were listening to Dave Van Horn, which you can listen to his a lot of his post game stuff right here on our Hog Reaction presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Arvest Bank, and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley. You were talking about Camden Kojiel earlier. This is what Dave Van Horn had to say about Cam after the game, and again, starting things off hot for Arkansas.
Yeah, that opposite field home run, the double. We were going to maybe bunt, move him around, and then took it off, and he hits a double, and he's swinging it really good right now. Just kind of relaxes when we hit that home run. We had a 1-0 lead. Then all of a sudden it became 2-0.
That's what you want. That's the situation you want to put Zach Root in, is relaxed. Now, does anyone else get annoyed? You earn the national seed. You're the number 3 overall team,
with this.
And yet you're the away team. Does that annoy you? I mean, you're a baseball guy, Big C. Does that annoy you? It's not end of the world. I'm not going to go out and pick it about it, but it's just like, what are we doing?
I don't. I mean, if you're a good team, it shouldn't matter a whole lot, but I mean, I don't see it as that necessary. I mean, you earn the right to host. You should get that advantage, at least in that first game. I think you should be home the first 2 games. Like if you as long as you keep winning. So if you win the first game, you should be home the next game. And if you win that game, maybe you can go to away, since you have the possibility of playing 2 games. But I don't really like it when you're it's only your second game of the tournament, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. Don't understand it. But again, there's not a lot to complain about when it comes to that. And again, we brought this guy up. So Ryder Helfrich hits 2 bombs in this game. He's hitting 4th. He moved up. What was he in the 8 hole, the 9 hole for a good chunk of the season, 7, and he just kind of keeps going doot.
I had a feeling after the way he was kind of swinging that first game against North Dakota State that he was gonna have a good game tonight. I know I said Fayetteville Aloy would hit a home run tonight, but my next guess would have been Ryder Helfrich just because the way they were both swinging in that first game. They just missed a couple home runs in that first game, and then boy did they really catch fire tonight.
He's hitting all the way up to 323 right now. Ryder is kind of going on this list now that Arkansas catchers that have been successful and helped the team. Cook, Opitz, Turner.
Yeah, Ryder's
now
this cleanup.
Yeah, so. Now this guy. And you're hoping that he can continue to hit these bombs because, again, you don't have to leave Baum Walker Stadium for another 2 weeks. You're going to keep playing here. I mean, in 2 weeks, if you're still playing baseball, you're going to be playing in Charles Schwab Field.
When Arkansas hitting like that, they're tough to beat. I'm telling you, and they're pitching good. I mean, you could say that with any team, but I mean, I just think the way it really is all about Arkansas. They're the best team in my opinion, top to bottom. You may not have the starting depth that you might like, but you've got a great bullpen. You've got some great arms.
But even then, like Root goes 6. Like
yeah.
And that's what we're not ready. And maybe we will be by the end of the season. And I hope we are. We're not necessarily ready to put him in to that undefeated Blaine Knight. Almost, Zay, I think, lost 1 game against Kentucky, maybe. And then Hagan was unbelievable. He keeps dominating the minors right now. We're not ready to put Zach in that category just yet. Mainly, you know why? Because we don't know the kid. He got here from Eastern Carolina. It's not a shot at Zach, but I'm saying you don't know much about him because he just comes over, which is, by the way, what's going on everywhere. That's not just here in Fayetteville. And all of a sudden, it was a kid that was. I was talking to some Morning Rush listeners about it tonight. Like that, it was Gackle, Beidel, Shees, and then Root. I think it does, and it might have even been Wood then Root.
Yeah.
And if I remember that order right, maybe I got to go back and look. But he was not expected to be the alpha, the first guy, and yet he's become that, and he's earned that. He's earned that all SEC, and he once again showed you this is why Dave Van Horn is putting him in a position like this, because he can have these type of outings and these type of games where he's just very difficult.
He's without a doubt our number one pitcher, our number one starter, and then Gage Wood and Beidel Shees. I think you can kind of pick which one of those because I think the way Beidel Shees pitched yesterday was big for his confidence.
Yeah, and just a closing role, something he hasn't done all season long. Heard Matt Hobbs talking about it following the game. I mean, he hasn't been in that situation before, and he did a good job. So that's encouraging for Arkansas fans. Again, the final 12-1 tonight. The Arkansas Razorbacks take it. Big C, myself, Ty Richardson. Hog Reaction continues next.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me. So
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Family, that's what sets us apart. Crabtree RV Center, founded in 1950 by E.J. and Allen Crabtree, family owned and operated, serving Arkansas for 74 years.
I've been working full-time here at Crabtree RV since 1996 after graduating from the University of Arkansas, where I'm proud to carry on my grandparents' legacy.
I know if Mom and Dad could see Crabtree RVs today, they would be so proud.
Crabtree RV Center in Alma, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
It's almost summertime. That means barbecues, graduations, weddings, and gathering with friends. Riverpoint Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At Riverpoint, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. Riverpoint Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Can you explain the infield fly rule? Neither can I, but I can help you navigate a variety of legal issues, from divorce to personal injury to estate planning. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions, a new law firm offering affordable flat fees with payment plans available. You get an ace at the price of a minor leaguer. Now that sounds like a grand slam to me. Call Mock Legal Solutions for your free consultation. 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Big changes are coming. In order to serve you better, Metters Lumber is joining Ace Hardware. We will remain locally owned and operated so you can expect the same great service, but with lower pricing and better selection. We'll have exciting new brands to serve more of your needs. Come by and check out our deeply discounted merchandise as we make room for new products at Metters Lumber Company in Alma, Ozark in Clarksville.
Injuries don't wait for an appointment, so why should you? Ozark Orthopedics is here with expert orthopedic care whenever and wherever you need it. Visit Orthopedic Urgent Cares in Bentonville and Fayetteville. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. No appointment necessary. Need immediate care? Download the Hurt app, a 100% free tool connecting you to an orthopedic injury expert anytime, anywhere. Ozark Orthopedics, getting you back to the activities you love. Learn more at ozark-ortho.com.
Superior Siding and Windows have been improving homes in Fort Smith and the River Valley for over 44 years. Whether your need is siding, vinyl windows, doors, or gutters, Superior Siding is the one to call if you want it done right the first time. Call 479-646-7888 for a free estimate. 100% financing is available, and Superior Siding has AAA rating with Better Business Bureau. Superior Siding, your first call, 479-646-7888.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
0-1 to Federico. Grounded right at first base. Played up on the grass by Robinette. Does a pirouette. Throws a strike to second. Aloy's return and Gackle's there. Rack him up. Perfect. 3-6-1 double play.
This is Hog Reaction.
Yeah, I saw a lot of built-up frustration in that swing. He absolutely tomahawked it. I mean, it's basically what he did. He clubbed it.
Yep.
That was Dave Van Horn following tonight's 12-1 win, talking about Vahiva Aloy's, as he called it, tomahawk to left field, where not one, but 2 home runs for Vahiva Aloy tonight. A lot of fans for Vahiva and Cahillo in attendance. I know that was awesome for them to get to experience that. So, Christian, I was, of course, watching this Arkansas game, listening to Phil Ellison and Bubba Carpenter here on ESPN Arkansas. But in addition to that, I was watching the Indiana-New York Game 6. Did you take any of that in tonight?
I knew it was going on, and I got to be honest. I'm whenever my team's not in it, I'm
With
not.
Dallas, you're out.
I'm just not as invested. But I think I'll watch the finals because that's kind of where it gets. The stakes are highest and names are made for the. Oklahoma City is going to have the chance to win their first in their franchise's history. That's pretty cool. It's just, I think it'll be a very entertaining finals.
Hope so. 2 small market teams don't necessarily do that. Hey, I have great news for everyone listening. The Texas Longhorns went down to UTSA in their home field tonight.
They lost to an in-state team
in Austin, Texas.
Is that like us losing to UALR?
That would be the proper equivalent. I just want to make sure you can you can hear me when I just said Texas goes down to the Roadrunners of UTSA 9-7 tonight in Austin. They will be in the loser side of the regional bracket.
And that's not easy.
And they will have to now beat UTSA not once, but twice.
They've got to win 3 games in a row. That's hard to do.
They got to win tomorrow. And I don't know exactly what times their game are, but like the regional here in Fayetteville, you have to win that first game. Then you'll have to beat UTSA in the doubleheader, and then you'll have to beat them again on Monday.
Check on Brian.
That would be so great if they ended up losing to UTSA and didn't make it out of their own regional, which there are some SEC teams, Christian, that are in danger of not making it out. The teams with 1 losses thus far are Mississippi State, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, who we mentioned, and Vanderbilt, who lost today. Every other SEC team won.
Bama's done,
at least their second game.
Bama's eliminated. Like, they're done.
Yeah, they are. Thank you. They are. They're knocked out.
Yeah, that
you
get a lot of teams in. It's good, but I mean, the numbers are going to say that you're going to have some teams lose too.
Got a text out of the 479. He just said Texas loses 9-7. Yes, yes. I say yes. Yeah, that is not a reaction I was expecting here on Hog Reaction
the
tonight.
ACC is looking pretty strong. I will say that. The SEC is the best conference, but you had North Carolina. Well, Clemson lost, but you got North Carolina beating Oklahoma 11-5, and then you've got Louisville beating Vanderbilt, and then you've got Florida State beating Mississippi State 10-3. So you'll probably see at least a couple of those teams in Omaha.
North Carolina's got a good baseball program.
Oh, yeah.
When they, I don't know if this graphic stood out to you during the television broadcast, but I was listening to Marty and McGee this morning, Ryan McGee, hoping we get Ryan on for Monday's show, the 10 o'clock hour. And Ryan was talking about how much respect he had for Arkansas fans with the baseball program, and he felt like that the Razorbacks were one of the teams he would like to see win it the most, and then had a texter caller allude to Florida State. But the graphic they showed earlier, it's like the most College World Series appearances without a title. Mississippi State was in that category until they finally won one back in 2021. Florida State's number 1. I don't remember the exact number, but Florida State's 1. North Carolina's up there. Arkansas's there. Northern Colorado is apparently a team.
Wow.
And then there's one other squad that I can't for the life of me remember, but there's 5 teams. Northern Colorado hasn't been to a College World Series since like the 70s. The other teams, though, have been recently. Florida State's been recently. Arkansas's been recently. North Carolina's been recently. I can't remember. Clemson might be the other one. I can't remember.
Be right.
I can't remember that other one though. But
Probably at ACC school.
And that's what you feel as an Arkansas fan, that at some point it's going to happen, I would think. And that's at least that's the feedback that I receive from a lot of people. It's like, look at that. Eventually, we're not going to be on that list. Eventually, we're going to have one. I hope that's the case. Again, maybe.
Here's the thing: you've got to go and take it, though. I know I'm kind of stating the obvious there. Just because you go a lot doesn't mean it's just going to. Obviously, it's not going to. You've got to. Every time you go, man, you've got to be ready to go take it, and you got to be glad to be there. You got to have all the right. You got to be right mentally. That's just as important. You got to be in the right headspace to win it.
Apparently, Texas has to play Kansas State.
Yeah, and then they
come on, Wildcats. Let's go. Get her done. And then, like we said, they'll have to play UTSA.
And the other ACC team I left out earlier was Duke. I mean, they beat Georgia.
I was going to say, yeah, they defeated the Bulldogs. So SEC again. Well, I got a lot of teams now. Speaking of the Southeastern Conference, Colton, you were talking about something earlier that's important. If the Razorbacks win the regional,
yeah,
and then looks like Tennessee's going to be the team that comes in here unless they just fall apart in the next few games. If you beat Tennessee, the Supers next weekend, who's probably going to be waiting for you on that other, or that first game in the College World Series?
You're not supposed to look ahead, but I kind of did, and I looked at the.
You're not a player or coach. You're welcome.
I'm not.
You're welcome to. You don't have to abide by those rules.
Yeah, obviously we're going to probably play Tennessee in the Super Regionals, and I was just curious if we were to get out of the Super Regionals, who we'd play. And from when I was looking at it, says LSU in that first game in Omaha, and I'm just hoping we can avoid that. I'm just hoping, but
LSU's got a really good ball club under Jay Johnson.
Yeah, they're tough, man.
But you gave them all they wanted in that game one. Unfortunately, didn't go your way. Thought Root did enough for you to win, just weren't able to pull it out. Got throttled in game two, and then won game three. So that could be another tight game. That's way in the future, but you did mention that at the break. I think that was important, worth noting. Speaking of breaks, we got to take another one here on Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on a Razorback Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley and Arvest Bank. We roll on next.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me. So.
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction.
Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Summer is finally here. Come check out Kofer's Boat Center's huge selection of boats with extra rebates for a limited time. Kofer's features low pontoons and fishing boats, Malibu and Axis wake surf boats, Camus bass boats, and Kofer's has recently added the luxury line of Harris pontoons. Kofer's experienced professionals will answer all of your boating questions, and their award-winning customer service is second to none. Plus, they have the best boat storage option in town. Find them online at Kofers.com. That's COPHERS.com. Kofer's Boat Center, providing family fun since 1971.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
We all make plans for the future. But car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
Come see Cody and the gang on Advanced Mechanical Performance. You can find him at 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Need repair or service for your ATV or UTV? Advanced Mechanical Performance can do it all, as well as taking care of all of your power sports parts accessory needs. Give him a call today at 434-4161. That's 434-4161. Or stop by 3201 Wheeler Avenue. Advanced Mechanical Performance. It's what you should be striving for.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
0-1 to Federico. Grounded right at first base. Played up on the grass by Robinette. Does a pirouette. Throws a strike to second. The Loys return and Gackle's there. Rack him up. Perfect. 3-6-1 double play.
This is Hog Reaction.
I think we were loose, but I think we were pretty serious to do today. You could just tell, I've been around them a lot, obviously, and I really didn't have to say anything to them today, like, hey, we need to lock in or anything. I just watched them, and they just seemed really like they were focused.
Apparently the team has been around each other a lot lately. I've heard Bubba talk about it not only on halftime, but also on the baseball broadcast as well. Team, no finals, no schoolwork, coursework, just kind of hanging out a little bit in addition to practice and everything else. And this isn't a game or a moment that Dave Van Horn should have to say anything, to be frank, just to be honest. You know what it is. I mean, you got a chance to go to the regional final. Zach Root wasn't even on the team last year. And I listened to him in post game, and he said, we didn't make it out of here next year. Dude was in I mean, that's the mentality they're taking. I don't know where East Carolina is. No, it's somewhere. I think it's in Greenville, actually. He wasn't even here. But that's the mentality that this team is taking.
I love to hear that. I mean, I love that they embrace it and they know how important it is. And we talked about Creighton and them playing for their coach, who's been there for 20-something years. Dave's been here for 20-something years, and I think they know that he's on the backside of his career. And as great of a coach as he is, you don't get just you don't get just a ton of opportunities to go all the way, and they know that this is as good of a team as probably Dave has ever had, and that doesn't mean it's going to just happen. They've got to go out and earn it, and they pitched well tonight and fielded well tonight, and the last couple regionals, you can make the argument that they weren't as focused as they should be, and I think Dave even alluded to that. And man, these first two games, I think the focus has definitely been there for the team.
Good pitching performances spread out between two games. The most notable probably being Coyle in game one, and then Root tonight, but didn't really have a bad, I would say, a bad outing from anyone tonight. I don't know. Jimenez didn't probably have the game and the second start of the season that he wanted, but you get through and you only allow 2 runs.
Do you think we'll see Jimenez start a game again?
That's a good question.
Or is that like kind of a one?
It's a great. In fact, and that's a great question. Well, in listening to Dave Van Horn discuss that, what he said is we were preparing him to be a starter.
Right.
Well, the 2 starts he has haven't gone well. Now, they won game 1, but you wouldn't necessarily say it was because of him.
I think it's a one-time thing. I don't think he'll start again. That's just my opinion.
Didn't even make it to 4 innings.
He'll be needed in
the
bullpen.
I don't want to pile on a young freshman.
I'm not saying he did bad. I'm just saying
he is a freshman, right?
I believe so. I'm not saying he may not start next year. He's. I think Dave even said we want him to start next year. I'm just talking about in this tournament and super regionals and maybe Omaha, possibly Omaha. Just kind of depends on how it goes. If everything goes according to plan,
not a freshman. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm sorry, Hayden. You're a little older. Continue.
But I hope he is I hope he's back next year, and I hope he is a starter next year because, I mean, we're going to lose a couple guys and he's got good enough stuff. When he's on, he's tough to hit.
Forgot that he's a transfer player too. He's from Oregon State. But yeah, no, there are some pitchers that, again, you have at your disposal tomorrow. I know Dave Van Horn is trying to wrap this thing up tomorrow night here in Baum-Walker Stadium. Well, our coverage from what's going on in Baum-Walker Stadium would not be possible without Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley. Call Chris at 479-646-6792 or see Dooley at shelterinsurance.com for all your insurance needs. Arvest Bank. Since 1961, they've been committed to helping local communities. They're ready to help. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Go to shoponrazorback.com. That's HOSHOPPE on razorback.com. They got everything. T-shirts, jerseys, hats, you name it. They've got it. The Stadium Shop on Razorback, 989 Razorback Road. And it's buy one, get one regular price clothing item, half off, equal or lesser value at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Now, again, you were talking, is it Ed Cervais or Cervasis? I'm thinking.
I've heard it pronounced Ed Service.
Service, okay.
Like service.
Just service. Well, here's what Coach Service said following the game about Arkansas, and very, very complimentary of your team.
Well, Arkansas played a heck of a game. Give them a lot of credit. They were good in all 3 phases. Their pitcher was outstanding. He threw a lot of pitches. He threw 3 pitches, quality pitches for strikes. Obviously, offensively, they were on point tonight. Drove the baseball, hit several home runs. And then defensively, they made the play. So give them all the credit. They certainly outplayed us tonight.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when Arkansas is playing like that. When they're pitching, they're hitting. There's just really not much you can do.
And isn't that statement? Say what you just said again. As an Arkansas fan, say what you just said again.
There's not much you can do about it. I mean, when Zach Root, like when their starters giving them good innings and the hitting is what it was tonight. I mean, you just run into a buzzsaw.
And that's very important.
I mean,
that's very important when discussing this Arkansas baseball team. It's like when Root's wheeling and dealing and you get the hitting that you got tonight. 13 hits,
4 home runs, and 2 of them.
4 home runs. Yep, 2 of them. I mean,
4 of them were from 2 guys, and then obviously Kojal.
And Kojal. So yeah, 5 total.
5 home runs in a game is a lot.
It's impressive. 12-2. 12-1. I keep looking at the other box score. 12-1 the final tonight in Baum-Walker Stadium. All right, we've got one more segment here coming up here on Hog Reaction. Your final chance to jump in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Big C and I will be back tomorrow at 7:30 for Arkansas game day, and we'll also be doing Hog Reaction after that as well. Stay with us. One more segment coming up next.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me. So
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV with hands-free driving assistance and go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $900 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Did you get us switched over to Shelter Insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jasco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jasco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your custom or buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jasco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jasco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Summer is finally here. Come check out Kofer's Boat Center's huge selection of boats with extra rebates for a limited time. Kofer's features low pontoons and fishing boats, Malibu and Axis wake surf boats, Caymas bass boats, and Kofer's has recently added the luxury line of Harris pontoons. Kofer's experienced professionals will answer all of your boating questions, and their award-winning customer service is second to none. Plus, they have the best boat storage option in town. Find them online at Kofers.com. That's COPHERS.com. Kofer's Boat Center, providing family fun since 1971.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. How about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Phil Elson. James Teague with the Teague Law Firm is back for another season on Halftime, Fridays at 12:15. Sometimes families have disputes just like baseball teams. You need someone in your bullpen to help with guardianships, adoption, and child support. The Teague Law Firm is that go-to reliever, and they can help with criminal law such as traffic offenses, DWIs, and more. Call James and the Teague Law Firm at 479-877-1688. Online at teague-law.com. The Teague Law Firm. If they can't help you, they'll talk baseball.
He struck him out swinging.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, Our Best Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
0-1 to Federico. Grounded right at first base. Played up on the grass by Robinette. Does a pirouette. Throws a strike to second. The Loys return and Gackle's there. Rack him up. Perfect. 3-6-1 double play.
This is Hog Reaction.
That was a really good ball game. I mean, all aspects of the game. Pitching was unbelievable all day. Defense made some really good plays, a lot of big hits, took their walks, some really big swings, delivered a bunch of punches right there. Great win. Get some rest tonight. See who we played. Be ready to go tomorrow night, all right?
I'll go 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right, so who do they play tomorrow at 8 o'clock? Final time to jump in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Who do the Arkansas Razorbacks play tonight? Big C, you got the first crack at this.
Man, this is kind of tough. I'm gonna go with the Creighton Blue Jays again.
You think Creighton gets by North Dakota State? North Dakota State eliminated Kansas earlier today, 4-3. I'm gonna go North Dakota State. I think they gave Arkansas a little more trouble. Now the Razorbacks hadn't played in a while, so maybe you could say there's something there, and I say a while being a week, but maybe there's something there. But I'm going to say North Dakota State, the 4 seed. They took out the 2 seed today, and they're going to take out Creighton tomorrow around 5 o'clock when the game concludes. So I've got the Bisons and the Razorbacks for the rights to advance.
I'd be okay with that.
To either Monday or the Super Regional against likely the Tennessee Volunteers after they whip. And I was listening to the press conference. Viva Loy, very simple statement after the game. Job's not finished.
Job's not finished. We got one more.
One more. And if they lose tomorrow, they'll have another one after that. They just want to knock this out. They want to seal their fate.
Yeah.
Let's hope the game gets moved up a little earlier like it did tonight, Christian. Heck, if they want to move it up to 6, they can move it up to 6.
Better.
I don't know how many people want to stay up till 11 o'clock, 11:30 on a Monday night. Do any of you? I don't think so. I think you're ready to see this game being put around 6 o'clock. I think that sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot better to me in that situation. Couple tidbits for tonight. John Daly was on the broadcast with JD. Saw him a little bit. Also saw that, and you brought this up earlier, the Jello shots have made their way to Fayetteville already. Really? Hogs aren't even in Omaha. The Jello shots, the College World Series Jello Shot Challenge.
Early
start here in Fayetteville. So if you're going to the game, keep your eyes on that. See if you can find them. All right,
Big contribute to that Jello Shot Challenge?
In Omaha, I will do that. I was getting Venmos last year to buy them, which was kind of funny. And not last year, excuse me, in 2022. And I did not pocket the money, I promise. When someone sent me a Venmo, I would immediately buy a Jello shot on my credit card and then send them a picture of receipt to verify authenticity of the said payment. All right, so as we wrap up tonight, appreciate everyone joining us here on Hog Reaction. Final thoughts on the 12-1 win heading into tomorrow.
Man, really the best you could have hoped for not only did you get a good starting performance, you didn't have to go into your bullpen. You started hitting the baseball. You got a couple guys going. It was good to see Helfrich break through, and it doesn't help when your player of the year starts hitting the baseball. And obviously Kojal's still hitting the baseball. Now if you just get a couple more guys going, man, this team is going to be hard to beat. I will say that. They're going to be hard to beat no matter who they play, even if it's LSU down the road. If it, we've beaten Tennessee 2 out of 3 this year.
Mm-hmm.
We know how baseball is, but if Arkansas plays like they're capable of, they're going to be in Omaha.
This is your regional to lose. The regional to win. That's dramatic, and I said the wrong thing. Surprise, surprise. Get it done tomorrow. Don't push this thing into Monday. Knock out the Blue Jays or the Bisons tomorrow, and get ready for the Tennessee Volunteers, who I'm going to guess are going to give you a whale of a series next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Liam Doyle's not going to give up what he did against you the last time he was in town. That kid is going to be coming for blood against you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll see what ultimately plays out with this baseball team and the setup for the Arkansas Razorbacks and the possibility of going back to Omaha, Nebraska through their home ballpark for the first time since 2019. Well, you got anything else that's important to add, Christian?
Go Hogs, man.
Okay. Why don't you get the closing music ready? We can get this thing wrapped up here. Again, appreciate everyone joining us tonight. Just a reminder for tomorrow's schedule. We'll be on at 7:30 unless they change the game time, which we haven't gotten an email or a text about that. So plan on being at 8 o'clock. Plan on tuning in right here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com or Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell starting at 7. Now, there'll be other stuff, of course, going on through the day, but we'll be on at 7.
I just got an idea about why they moved the game up, probably. Would it not be for church the next morning? Bunch of people.
Could play it in. We got a text earlier on the Loose Automotive Group hotline saying hey, make sure you go to church tomorrow. It'll help, which I thought was kind of funny. All right, we're back here tomorrow getting ready for Arkansas and TBD.
Here's my stuff. Try to hit it, I got the best defense behind me, so.
5 strikeouts out of 6 batters for the Batesville right-hander.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Exclusive coverage is presented by Shelter.